Hello, budget friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa, and we are here to budget the paycheck that you see in Ready to Assign. This is pay period number 2 of January. We do have one more to go, so let's go in and assign this money. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, we are here to do the paycheck budget for paycheck number 2 of January. I appreciate you so much for clicking on this video and taking the time out to watch. Let me apologize in advance for the sound of my voice. I am coming down with something. I am not quite sure. I don't know if it's the flu or it's just a cold, but I'm slowly losing my voice. I'm going to try to get through this as seamless as possible and try to not take too many breaks. Also, if you do hear some pitter pattering outside, the rain is downpouring. So I can hear it. So I'm not sure if you guys going to be able to hear it in the video. But if you do, I apologize. So you guys, I did put out a community post that Capital One was having issues. We were supposed to get paid yesterday, which was Friday, January 17th. The money actually was available in our accounts today, Saturday. This is the day that I'm budgeting the money that you see in Ready to Assign. So they did put out a press release, and they also sent out emails to customers stating that they were having some issues with a third party vendor that they deal with, and it did affect us. So even though I would normally get my paycheck a day early, sometimes 2 days early, I didn't get it until today. So I kind of sort of panicked a little bit, but the good thing about it is I didn't have any bills that were due right around now. I usually do have bills that are due in the first of the month or the first week and a half of the month. And also at the end of the month, we're a little bit bill heavy, but I didn't have many bills that's due around this time. The only thing I needed to do was go shopping for food and groceries, but I didn't do that. I told hubby I was going to wait because I wasn't going to put it on a credit card. And I was pretty proud of myself for not doing that. However, we do have some overspending to cover because I was anticipating getting paid yesterday on Friday, and we needed heating oil because we were practically out. So I did call them before realizing that I wouldn't have the money available in our account. And heating oil is usually charged to my Capital One number 2 credit card. So they did deliver and charge the heating oil to that card. That is one of the overspend category that you see here. So heating oil, and you guys, the prices of oil have gone back up because normally the amount of oil that I get, which is 100 gallons each time, is now $420.15. And I can tell you that when I ordered oil back in December, it was the end of December, it was for $361.72. No, No, that one was for early December. When I ordered oil at the end of the month, it was for 371.97. Earlier in December, it was the 361.72. And if I go back a little bit further, in November, it was also 361.72. Because each time that I order oil, I do get 100 gallons. Now, as you can see, the prices have gone up, but we do have to deal with that. Now, the next thing I did have my son's braces go out against the credit card, which is Capital One number 1 card. It went out against that card on the 15th. I was anticipating to pay that with this paycheck. And I did go to the doctor and I had to pay a copay for $25. I was able to cover a fraction of it, but I still have $17.63 to cover. Also, if you're noticing, my YNAB looks a little bit different because I have disabled the toolkit for YNAB. There is some issues with it, and it was giving me an error message and wouldn't let me access it. So what I did, I just turned it off. They are aware of the situation, so I think they're working on fixing it. So there's a few things that I can't do here that I could use, like the toolkit extension to help me. So I usually can close out the inspector so you could see the budget a little bit wider, but I can't do that with the regular feature of YNAB. We're not going to worry about that. But let's talk about the money, you guys. We have $3,371.40. That is my paycheck and hubby's income that came in for this pay period. Now, I did see that my paycheck is not going to be the $2,400 that I thought it was going to be. It's actually, I think, $2,377. Let's see, $2,377.97. That was what the first paycheck was. And it's also what the second paycheck is. So we're just going to work with this for the rest of this year. This is the amount that I will be budgeting. I won't really budget the 97 cents. I'll just keep it at a round number. So hubby did also send over $1,000. That's what he could do for now. And we're going to make it work. So, all right, you guys, there's a few things that I'm going to be doing different in YNAB. So, I'm trying to make sure that I allocate my money in the right way and be very, very good with money in 2025. So, even though I have a lot of money goals or financial goals, I still have to make sure that when it comes to the end of the month or closer to the end of the year, I'm not struggling like I did in 2024 towards the end. So 2024 started out real well. I was doing so good with money. I had rollover in a lot of the months. And then when it came down to the last quarter of 2024, I started to struggle with money. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more focused when it comes to money. So we are not going to round out the end of 2025 having some kind of financial issue like we did last year. So, first, what we're going to do is cover the overspending because that's what we have to do. So, we're going to cover copay out of ready to assign. And the reason why I'm doing this was because I already went in and moved around as much money as I could. So now everything that's left here, I need to cover out of the paycheck. This 164 for the braces. So I do use my Capital One number one card to pay for the braces, which there is one more payment left in the month of February. So we're going to look at it here because I do get rewards on this card. There is $2.46 that's going to be rewarded to the card. I already cashed it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this here. This is going to be cash reward. I'm going to put it for the 246. And then it's going to tell me that I will have to pay a little bit less for the braces. And you'll see. So the balance on the card now is 161.54. That's really what I will have to send over, but I am going to cover the overspending for the braces. And then after I make the payment, I can transfer out the $2.46 to another category. So let's cover that out of ready to assign. We're going to cover the heating oil, $420.15 out of ready to assign. Okay, so now our overspending has been covered. Let's go into fixed bills focus view to see what I need to cover between now and the next time I will get paid. So renter's insurance, rent, and electric has already been covered. My cell phone is due at the end of the month, which we will be getting paid again before this is due. And so is the internet and the home phone. So we're going to leave those until the next pay period. After school, I did write them checks. So I am going to put $200 here, which is what the amount is for both the checks. So I did write them a check last week, which they haven't cashed. And I wrote them a check yesterday on Friday that is out there to be cashed. So that's $200. Child support, I will have to send money over to my older daughter. I did move this money back out after budgeting money here from the first paycheck. So I will have to cover this. My car insurance will be due on the 22nd. So today is the 18th. It's due on the 22nd for 247.01. So that's what I'm going to put here. And then I'm going to go ahead and snooze this target. We won't need any more money here for the car insurance for the rest of the month. So into the subscriptions, iCloud storage is due on the 26th. I'm going to have to cover this and SiriusXM because I won't be getting paid until after these bills have been charged. So I'm going to do $9.99 for iCloud, and I'm going to do the $7.99 for SiriusXM. So I believe that's it for the fixed bills. Let's jump over into debt because this is another thing that I want to cover before I go any further. So my student loan has already been covered. Auto loan is due on the 25th, but I think I expect my bonus money to come before that. So I think I'm going to leave this unless I have more money left out of this $2,000 that I can use to cover the car payment. But I want to cover Lending Club. And the reason why I do want to cover Lending Club, the interest is a lot higher than my auto loan, even though the auto loan is due before Lending Club. So I'm going to put $1,059.22 in Lending Club because I want to cut down on the interest. So I did get word that my bonus money should be coming next Friday because they pay in between pay periods. That's why I wasn't sure because there's 3 pay periods in the month of January. And usually on a regular month when we only have 2 pay periods, they pay us in between the pay periods for the bonus money. So I didn't get it yesterday, which was Friday. So I'm expecting it next Friday between this pay period and the last pay period of the month. So I will be able to use that to pay the car payment. Now that's it in the debt section for the loans. In credit cards, I don't have anything to pay here because I've covered all of my minimum payments so far. So how I did that was I paid Mattress Firm, which was the regular $67 per month. Famous Footwear and Carter's have nothing on there. Chase is due on the 26th, but I already made the minimum payment for Chase because when they when they charged interest, I paid the interest because that is charged at the start of the month. So I already paid that, and that was able to cover the minimum payment. So I can actually wait until I get my bonus money to be able to put some more towards my Chase card. The Capital One number 2 card, that one also I don't have to do anything here because this one won't be due again until the 28th. The bonus money will be able to cover this and also cover Apple cards. So I'm not going to do anything for the credit cards right now. Now, the variable spending section is what I need to worry about. So for dining out, I'm going to put an extra 20, let's put an extra $50 here. So you could see there's a category for household things. This is for anything in the home that is not consumable. So if I buy a garbage can or a new toaster or anything like that in the house that can't be consumed will go into household things. This used to be my household goods category, but I have combined groceries and consumables. So anything that can be consumed. So like a garbage bag, dishwashing liquid, or laundry detergent, those are going to come under groceries and consumables. So I need to go in and I'm going to fully fund this to $1,000. So it's asking for $389.19. So I'm going to underfund that to put it up to $100, to put it up to $1,000. I do need to go shopping between now and I think throughout the weekend. I think I may go tomorrow, if not Monday, because Monday is a holiday. So next up is snacks. I will not put anything in snacks. I did break this category out because I find that anytime I go out with the kids, if we stop in a store, they're always saying, can they get a snack? And I usually do get them a small snack. It's not really dining out, it's not really groceries. So I did pull out a category and I put this there for them. All right, I do need to get my son's haircut, so I'm gonna put $30 here. Actually, I'm gonna put 35 for the haircut. When I do make the payment after getting his haircut, I will then associate the money for the tip. Okay, so next is car fuel. So far for the month, we've spent $173.03. Let's see, it's asking for $76.97 more. I'm going to go ahead and underfund that. All right, personal. So I do have a self-care category and I have a spend how I want category. I think when I jump back over to the budget, I will do this. In wellness, copay, I don't think I have any copays to pay for the next, between now and the end of the month. I did go to the doctor and I did pay a copay. We will see how we can put some extra money in here between now and the end of the month. But let's see how much farther we can go with the $431 that we have left. I don't think I have to pick up any medication. Whatever medication was at the pharmacy, I already got it. I don't have a dental appointment until the month of February, which I will put some money in here out of the bonus money because I do know I'm going to have to pay for it's going to be an x-ray that's going to come up because it's going to be time for me to do the implant. So they do have to do, I think it's a 3D x-ray they call it, just to see how placement is going to look. So I will have to put, I think it's $550 in here out of the bonus money when we get that. All right, so barber tips, like I said, I will allocate that money for the barber tip when we go through and get my son's haircut. Now, I do have some other categories here. Over the counter, this is anything that I had to buy because I went to the pharmacy and I picked up Tylenol and I picked up some supplements for hubby. And I'm putting this not as medication. This is anything over the counter. Take care of you is under wellness. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this category just yet, but I put it here just in case. Now, savings. I do have a focus view for savings, but let's see what else we can cover before we do anything else. So if you look all the way to the right, it's saying that I am currently underfunded in the month of January by $3,057.23. My goal when I get the bonus money is to completely fund the month of January and then worry about moving into February. So that is my goal. I want to be able to fund every month based on the targets that are set here in YNAB before I move on. All right, so $431.25. What can we do with this money? So we have a category here to a transaction there to categorize. This is just daily cash that came into my Apple High Yield Savings. So let's go ahead and approve it. What I did do was pull that money out also and use it to cover some overspending. All right, so now we have 431.50. So what was that we just did? How much was that? That was 25 cents. Out of this money here, I'm going to move 25 cents to cash back. I don't want this to be a part of the money that I'm assigning. What I'm doing each month is to see how much money I get. So I do have a category for cash back. So there we go. All right. If I go into the auto loan, let's see, $939.23 divide by 2. That's 469.62. So if I wanted to fund half of it, I would have to use 469.62, which we don't have. That would push us over by $38.37. All right, we don't want to do that, so we can undo. But I am going to put this 431. Oh no, before I do that, you guys, I forgot all about that. I do have a propane bill to pay. So $220 here I need to put because I did get propane at the end of December. They did bill me, so I do have the $220 to pay. Now 211 and 25, that's what we have left. What else can we do? I'm just going to scan through and see what we can pay with this money. Okay, the personal, I didn't put any money into personal. So I don't need any money for clothes. but I am going to put $25 here for braids and things. I won't be getting a pedicure this month, so I can actually snooze this target and spend how I want. I'm going to put $30. I'm going to skip self-care. If I need to move any money around, I will do that, but let's put $30 into spend how I want. And what's left? Let's see. So these subscriptions here, I did take out most of the money that was here. So I am starting fresh in the month of January. And these are things that I'm going to have to start funding again. And we will worry about that. Like I said, I will be getting another paycheck at the end of the month, but I will be getting the bonus money. And I think for me, what I'm thinking right now is the bonus money is going to be used not only to help alleviate some of the debt, but also to cover a lot of the things that we need to be fully funded for the month of January. So let's see. Let's put $100 in the emergency fund. Actually, let's put $50 in the emergency fund. So that leaves us 106.25. Let's see how many of these sinking funds we can cover. So I know BJ's annual membership is the first one that's coming up. This one is due in March. So what I'm going to do, because I did take some money out of here, I'm going to underfund it for the $41.96 to be on track for the month of January, because I do have to have about $60 before March 1st. So let's work on that. The debt payoff planner, which is the app that I use to track my debts, I did do a video for you guys to see. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead. I'm going to link it in the cards above or in the description below. And that's where I went over what my strategy is for debt payoff. This one is due in June. So we can actually put $19 in here. Let's go ahead and underfund it. It's asking for $20.77. YNAB is asking for $64. We don't have 64, so we're going to skip YNAB and do Microsoft 365. This one is due in August. So let's go ahead and underfund it for the $33.35. And that leaves us $10.17. We're going to throw this to YNAB. When we come back, when we get our bonus money, then we will move forward. So now you could see that we're down to being underfunded for the month of January, $2,615.73. So that's it, you guys. We have assigned all the money down to zero. I think we are set in a good position to get through the month of January or until we get paid again. I do have money in places that the money needs to be. So this is it, you guys. I appreciate you for taking the time out to watch this video. Like I said, I apologize for the sound of my voice. And I'm happy that Capital One sorted out their problems and the money was available to be used to do my budget. So now I can actually go and buy food for me and my family. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.